It was the battle that marked the birth of a nation. Soldiers from across this country, side by side on Vimy Ridge, fighting under Canadian command, not British, for the first time. Their victory was key, but the losses staggering. More than 3,000 Canadians were killed, thousands more wounded. There have been many anniversaries celebrated before at Vimy, but this one, the 95th, is different. The first without a living link to the Great War. Our Susan Ormiston is in northern France.
Marching silently towards Vimy, 4,000 cadets and Canadian high school students on a trek to remember a long-ago war.
I couldn't imagine being here at this age and walking up this hill, and
most of them were so young, like they were not much older than us. I can imagine how nervous they must have been. And yeah.
Hard to imagine how to relate to a battle 95 years ago, but they do. 15-year-old Charles from Oshawa researched a soldier who died here and finds his grave, a way to bring military history alive.
It's a little bit of humility. I think that it is a moment where they realize that the freedoms that they have are as a result of brave acts and courageous acts of these men.
It was wet and cold just like this on this day 95 years ago when Canadians stormed up the ridge at Vimy, pushing the Germans back and securing this strategic spot for the Allies. It was one of the most important battles in World War I. General Arthur Currie commanded the Canadian assault on Vimy. His grandson has never seen the spot.
I've always wanted to come to see Vimy and sort of trace the battles of the First and Second World War, so it's sort of hitting home and bringing it all together.
An Alberta student wrote this Vimy ballad, the most stirring moment for the students in a soggy ceremony at the Vimy Memorial.
Yes, 95 years later, Mother Canada still cries.
Almost 3,600 died taking this ridge.
A new generation is connecting to the sacrifice of those young Canadians.
Canada's Governor-General says there's an important takeaway.
The cost of war and the importance of peace. Also, how hard we had to fight for values we take for granted.
Many here leave more respectful, but less enamored by war. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, Vimy Ridge, France.
Canadians also marked the anniversary at ceremonies across this country. Chief of the Defense Staff, Walter Natinchuk, was among the dignitaries to pay respects at the National War Memorial. In Toronto, veterans and cadets were among those who gathered at the city's cenotaph. There was a similar gathering at Vancouver's Victory Square. More than 700 British Columbians were killed in the battle for Vimy.